Me father don't do nothing. Hey, pussy! Hey, pussy! What? Since I blood clot drama on a pussy.
Fuck off! Miss, here. When the vehicle move, you're going to stop.
When the pepper spray my blood clot, yeah, if you know all pussy clot, right? All pussy clot, right? On the demons, alright. Alright, cause you body no. You blood clot body, say ugly, you're bad. All pussy clot, right? Alright, pussy. Boy, when that helicopter gun, what you not gonna do? What you not gonna do? Pussy, what you not gonna do? You shoot my father, you have to go shoot my two batty boy out. I'm gonna come out of station, come tell them, say, wanna lock up the baby, wanna lock up the mother, the man with him woman, and him baby in the house, pussy. Wanna go suck on the mama, go suck on the mother. But my father lick on and me you come lick.
Why you walking at them? Why you walking at them?
And me you come lick.
Miss Mills, Miss Cover, you both will be arrested and charged for obstructing police. Sarge, this lady I whispered to me that she will kill me.
Don't tell a lie for me. Don't tell a lie for me.
That she just whispered why she will kill me.
Just stop it nice, Makayla.
Threatening my life.
You're
not chatting with him.
Just stop.
You're not chatting
Stop
with him.
talking.
Miss,
Makayla, just bill and stop.
where is your while ago?
I say pussy.
Huh? Where is it?
I call him pussy, tell him don't tell a lie for me about me tell him nothing about kill out of my mouth. I have your video here.
I hope I look good on it.
You say you're ugly?
I hope I look good on it.
Makayla, shut up, no man. And don't start talking. Makayla, stop talking. Him there on the video everything. So just don't the talking. That we talk, that we prove it. Just stop the talking. Yes, sir. You have evidence, so just stop the talking, no? Just stop, man.
Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. First thing that is popping in the news is that we see that members of the JSA Popo, they are in the news for all the wrong and right reasons. Right reason in that they took away 3 purses that were said to have been on a robbery spree, and then other incidents in which they took away some men or a man that they claim was a gunman, a don, a notorious criminal. Well, people, they are also in the news for what persons are deeming to be abuse of power. And in this video, edited version, which I cannot show you everything because of YouTube's policy, and even though some bloggers are able to put it up, if I put it up, those same bloggers would probably report it. So therefore, I am showing you the edited version, or what you've seen was the edited version. Now, people don't know what happened before, don't know the circumstances as to why an elderly man that you saw the police was trying to arrest. He was obviously resisting arrest. Don't know why they pulled him over, don't know why the circumstance, so I'm going to put that out there. That is my disclaimer. However, what I saw is that this man was definitely resisting arrest. And I saw that the police were trying their endeavor best to resist, to arrest him, and even went a little bit overboard, excessive. But here's the truth and the fact, and this applies anywhere in Jamaica, even worse in America. If the police pull you over in any state, any city in America, and you try to resist arrest, you might end up like Rodney King, meaning that you get a royal beatdown, or you might end up losing your life. Those are facts. Jamaica, it also applies. So all I am saying is that whether you're right or wrong, when the police pulls you over, if they decide that they are going to arrest you, I think that it is best if you take it to court and make the law take its course. If you try to put up resistance with police, jeep load of police with all sorts of tall rifle, all sorts of ego, especially whenever they are in the garrison, you more than likely is going to get a royal beatdown, especially when persons, whether it is just persons just passing or family member, in this case it sounds like the daughter, it sounds like some sort of relative of that elderly man. is making up all sorts of commotion, and I am not saying that it is justified. Again, like I said, I don't know the circumstances. However, when you are trying to intervene in the police doing their job, whether the job is done in a lawful way or not, more than likely, you too is going to get a royal beatdown. So like I've always said, sometimes you have to make better heads prevail. If the police is acting in excessive or excessive, then you take it up to Indicom or you take it up to their superior. Not going to guarantee that you're going to get any sort of justice because, like you see, the police are always going to take up for the police, whether they are wrong. So they are going to be wrong and strong. But in this case, we see the man resisted arrest, and the police was making sure that he was going to be arrested. And I even saw one of the police with one of those tall rifles even run when the man was on the ground and stamp him in his back. People, that is not right. That is not doing your job. You did not need to do that. That was kind of excessive. But then again, like I've always said, don't start no ish, won't be no ish. It is as simple as that. Let the law take its course, even though sometimes you're not going to get justice. But just as I say, especially when you're from the garrison. So therefore, the police is always going to get the right, and you are more than likely going to get the wrong, even if the police is wrong. So that is one instance that has been making its round on social media. There's a young lady that made a post claiming that her 22-year-old cousin was abused by the police. And again, I did not see any picture of the cousin. I did not see the incident. I am just going by what this young lady says. I want you to take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Morning, guys. Just come off a night shift, but I have to come here come talk this because maybe me go feel better. The police don't feel serve and protect our people. Why not cause more harm than good? I'm not talk all of them, but this particular man you need to go down. Why my cousin leave to go watch the match in Kingston the other day between Jamaica versus whoever, and he was standing in the line and the police just come out of nowhere and start beat this man with a gun. My little cousin too, you know. They start beat this man with a gun. The first hit was to his shoulder, and the second one was aiming to his face. But in the having phone in her hands, so him kind of shielding face like that, and the phone shatter. Just by 14 Pro Max and it shatter. Tell me now. Tell me, what could have possessed you? Make you think, say, you can just beat somebody in the head with a gun because you have a gun and you want police. And then nothing can come out of it because, guess what? Him couldn't even see your badge number or anything because so badly you beat him, indeed have to just drop on the ground. Like, if this man never go down on the ground, you wouldn't stop beating him. Right? So he couldn't get to see nothing. This man was fighting for his life. And then nothing come out of it now because you're police. I don't know, like, I don't know how to feel about the situation because my cousin is just so humble. Like, this man barely talk. Him not get trouble. He was just standing in the line. And even if he was causing a riot, which he wasn't, that still not give you the right to beat him in the head like that with a gun. You could have killed this man. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the situation. But sir, you should rot in hell. Like, I don't see nothing else to say about you. God know that rot in hell and God not sleep. And you're there come. Because why you do that? What could I really possess you for things? Say, because you want police and you have one gun, you can just beat a man in them head like that. No, that's not right. That's not right. You're not serve and protect. You need to come out of the force ASAP.
Now, people, again, don't know this lady from Adams or Eve. Like I've always said, there are always three sides to the story. That lady on her cousin's side, and then there's a side of the police, and then there's the truth. What is the truth, people? I don't really know. First thing first, if you're going to make a claim that your cousin was beaten up by the police after the Reggae Boy or before the Reggae Boys game, then you have to have some sorts of video evidence. We would have to seen some sorts of incident or some sorts of beating that took place on that day in questioning. To my knowledge, I have not seen it. Did not say it did not happen. And again, you have some police that are some bad apples that are making the JCF look bad. They're actually overstepping their boundary. They're actually abusing the power, abusing the badge, abusing the gun. And we've seen cases, at least 76 cases or so, that went before the DPP and police officers were charged for criminal act, excessive use of power, rete lele. So therefore, that would not be an isolated incident. I would not be surprised. But me just as say, we cannot really take the word of somebody that is on TikTok, especially Social media, like you've always heard me say, believe half of what you see and believe half of what you hear. Because a lot of times people make up all sorts of story, people have all sorts of creative imagination, and because they know so if them put out some outlandish story, person are going to gravitate to it, person are going to listen to it. So sometimes it does not even exist, it did not even happen. Some people are just lying. Lady, I don't know who you are, and I don't know who your cousin is. And again, like I said, if your cousin was actually caught up by the police, you need to take it to Indicom, and whomever was responsible, if they are indeed guilty, they should face the full brunt of the law. People may just say, if you're a law-abiding citizen and you come in any sort of confrontation with the police, don't try to resist arrest. Don't try to put up, and I am not saying that persons are not supposed to defend themselves and go out like a little punk, but me just say, you have to understand, know when to walk away, know when to run. You have to know when the circumstance is not going to be advantageous towards you. So therefore, do the right thing or the wrong thing is going to do you. Like I always say, don't start no ish, won't be no ish. Always try to resist temptation, resist any sorts of confrontation with the lawmen, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, based off an interview that was done by Dottie Berry Show, in which he was asking legendary sprinter Usain Bolt what he thought about the Reggae Boys losing the game and what he thought about the Reggae Boys partying after they had lost the game. Well, not lost the game, they drew. So therefore, did not get an automatic go through to the World Cup, which was kind of disappointing for everybody, including myself. I want you to take a look at exactly what Usain Bolt had to say, and then I'll give my piece.
Are you aware that you are now a meme?
Yeah.
Are you aware of that?
I saw somebody said it to me. It was a stressful day, I would say.
Have you gotten over that? Like,
No. As a sportsman, it's hard to swallow that pill because I don't feel like they really gave it their all and they didn't leave everything out there on the field, all the players. So it really resonates in a bad way with me.
Yeah, no, what do you make of the people having an issue with them going to party afterwards, after the match?
Yeah, of course. I'm one of them too. Why would you? There's no way. That means you didn't care. It didn't affect you in any way that you miss a moment as the World Cup for a nation that actually going through it now. You know what it would have meant for the people to have something to cheer about and to be happy about. And then after that, no, it's like you don't care. So, and as I said, they could see it on the field, they didn't play it with their heart. And so, it's just one of the things, and as a sportsman, I said, it's really rough to watch.
So, you're hopeful that, there's another chance for them to qualify?
Look, tell you the truth. If this was the easiest one and would make it slip away, we can't do the next heartbreak. To follow up on this, I'll watch, but we can't get deeply invested again.
Okay, I hope you never bet for the match.
No.
Okay.
Now, people, like I said, when you talk about a sportsman, a legend, a heart of a lion, a man that knows pressure situation, somebody that can speak about taking advantage of the situation whenever that opportunity presents itself, you have to make sure that you seize the moment. And we saw that the Reggae Boys did everything that they could to pretty much blow away that moment. Them licked on the post at least 3 times. They did not play anything other than long ball. And what made it worse is the fact that they were partying before the game and then partying after the game. So therefore, they were ill-prepared, went to the game, did not do jack-ish, and then after the game, they were still in a celebratory mode when they actually lost. It means that they did not feel any sort of way. So I am just saying this was no moment for any sort of celebration, if anything, disappointment, especially when Jamaica is going through hell with the passage of Hurricane Melissa, as it pertains to Miss Universe, and also we see Jimmy Cliff lost his life after that. The country, the people, the players needed some sort of uplifting moment, and they got the opportunity and blew it. And what was even worse, a lot of these players don't understand what could have happened. If you had went to the World Cup, a lot of companies, a lot of teams would have seen a lot of these players and it would have opened opportunity for them, but they blew it. Hopefully they can make it through the next round, but people like Usain Bolt said, he is not really invested. If them win and go through, kudos to them. If not, it is just a thing. You're not going to get emotionally attached. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that dancehall artist Squash pretty much got a slap on the wrist. When he was sentenced to 27 months out of a maximum 30 months that the prosecution DA was asking for. Now, people, based on when this incident first took place, we were hearing all sorts of number, life imprisonment, 10 to 15, 10 to rate, lele, blue, blah, bling, minimum mandatory 10 to 15 years. Now, this was if he had taken it to court, taken it to trial, sorry. We saw that he was playing hardball at first, but he decided that to make better heads prevail. He decided that he was going to take a plea. And on that fateful day in which he took the plea, that was the day when his father was at court to support his son. His father was held, and his father should be coming back home very, very soon. Now, people, based on the amount of time that Mr. Squash has been locked up, you get 27 months, you have to do 85% of that. So maybe he has about a year or so. Don't quote me on the mathematics because I don't know exactly what month he got locked up. So that is why I said he got a slap on the wrist. Now, a lot of persons, including the Squash fans, family members, should be elated because they must say, well, at least the artist, my son, my family member, get a next chance to make a next impression. But people, if you ask me, I would say that when Squash got locked up, it was probably a blessing in disguise. Meaning that for all of the issues that he has been going through, he was lucky that he was taken away and kept in a safe place. So now that he's thinking that, yes, him kind of bought the system, just getting 27 months, like I said, he's going to be out in probably a year and a couple of months. But then he has to come back to Jamaica, where his problem lies. And if you see what is going on in Jamaica, based on what the JSF are doing, based on persons who are deemed to be gang members, extortionists, chopper, whatever, the police is chopping them down fast and swift. So I say this to say that if Squash thinks that he is coming back to the same old Jamaica and he's just going to continue with the same old ish that he has been doing, him have a next or a wrong thing coming, he is going to be surprised, meaning deadly surprise. So I say this to say that now that he got a next lease on life, freedom again, he should take that opportunity and he should run with it. Squash, as a talented artist, as a hitmaker, has no reason to be involved in a criminal activity. However, when you cross some other people, you are going to have to make sure that somebody is watching your back, especially you. So therefore, more than likely, if he have common sense, he would hire some sort of protection, meaning security guard. But knowing these people, they are not going to want the typical security guard around them. They are going to want to have their bad man friend because sometimes they are so addicted to this badness. It's as if they cannot let it go. It is like a drug in which they are addicted to. So me just say, you sleep and mark death based on what is going on in Jamaica with all of these young youths losing their life, especially high-profile criminals, which Squash is going to find himself in that category. As it pertains to Squash and the father should be back in Jamaica maybe this week by weekend, Friday or so. Squash maybe a year and a couple of months from now. I hope that both the father and the son, for their own benefit, do the right thing or the wrong thing is going to do them. Point blank and period.
Try that now. Try that now. Try that now. Try that now. Big waist man. Try that now. Mr. Try that. Try that now. Try that now, me say. Try that now. Try that now, me say, my dad. You deaf? You deaf, you? You deaf? You deaf? Me say try that now. Mother, me say try that now. Box me on my face now. See my face, I'm not sure. Box me on my face now, mother. Mother, see my face now. Me say box me on my face now, mother. Get out of control.
So the next thing that is popping in the news is based on a video that has been making its round over social media, where there is a verbal altercation, confrontation between two taximen based on YouTube's policy against violent graphic nature. I will not show the full version of this video. However, I will show you the edited version of the video because if I do and show you the full thing, other persons are going to report these videos and I am not going to take that chance for your entertainment purposes. So pretty much confrontation with two taximen, the one at the front jump out, pull out a bill or a machete, go in front of the man's face and point to the machete in the man's face and also kind of hesitate like him, I go chop him. That man did not flinch any at all. Now, people, when we see stuff like this, no wonder the crime rate, the murder rate in Jamaica is so high because persons are just confrontational, persons have all sorts of anger management problems, and persons are just too brave because there's no way under the present culture and climate in Jamaica that somebody is going to jump out of their vehicle, pull a machete and a point in my face, and then act like them are going to chop me. I'ma just stay right there and not even flinch. If anything, I would probably run him over with my vehicle or take for myself. I just say, live to fight the next day. However, it just shows you the mentality in Jamaica. People like problem, people like to confront problem, and then whenever them lose them life or end up in the prison, they must say, if them did know. So the moral of the story is this. This is a perfect example of what not to do whenever you are confronted with danger. It is best if you avoid, and if you cannot avoid, take care of yourself as soon as possible, or else you might get taken away prematurely and you might be taken to prison if you are the victim or if you are the suspect. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based on a post that was made. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based on a post that was made by a credible news media. Picture on the screen as I speak, in which it says, Ramesh teams up with the Ministry of Education to rebuild schools that were damaged during Hurricane Melissa. I said to myself, Ramesh is a hard-working youth. We see Ramesh out there in the field putting in the work as it pertains to relief packages, as it pertains to just giving back. And a lot of persons trust Ramesh, including the government of Jamaica. So therefore, persons are going to invest in him and just hope that he does the right thing and hope that the money that he is given, our contribution, donations that he is given is gone the right place. And people, I have no question that it did or was. However, when I see a post like this, a couple of things come to mind. First thing first, I know that Ramesh is a promotional youth. Ramesh is an artist manager. Ramesh is in the music business. But I did not know, had zero idea that Ramesh was actually in a construction, in the building business. He is a developer. I had no idea, and people, if I am ignorant to the fact, let me know. So not knowing the facts or not thinking that Ramesh is involved in the rebuilding of school, construction, residential or commercial. May I ask myself, how is it that a man that is not a builder is teaming up with the Ministry of Education / the government of Jamaica to rebuild schools that were damaged during Hurricane Melissa? And the first thing that comes to mind, first red flag that comes to mind, when it comes to governments and contracts, we see the body thing that goes into effect on people. This is nothing political, I just speak, because Jamaica wants bang for the bucks. Jamaica wants the right person that is going to be doing the contract at the best price possible. So therefore, put the prices out there for contractor, constructing people that are builder to bid, and then we use the person that is most suited for the job and can do the job efficiently and effectively. So when I think about the fact that we saw videos circulating over social media, we saw videos actually with Ramesh putting in the work, the groundwork at all these places that were damaged, whether it's Montego Bay, Trelawney, Westmoreland, Hanover, Rayte, Lele, Blue, blah, blah. So therefore, give credit where credit is due. However, this is going to be a whole different ball game, I like me say. If he's involved in construction, then excuse my ignorance. But if he's not, is Jamaica going to be getting bang for a buck? How is Ramesh going to be transitioning from being a producer, being an artist manager, being a promotional person to now doing construction, building these schools to the point in which they can resist should in case a next hurricane? Does he have the expertise on that? Is his expertise giving out care packages? That is what qualifies him. People may just ask the question on behalf of Jamaican citizens that are concerned how the money is going to go. So what this tells me, if he does not or he is not involved in any sort of construction or building, is that it is because he is friends with the government, namely Andrew Holness, And Andrew Holness is now going to reward him because he is making the government look good. He is making the government look very efficient based on what he is doing. And some of these contributions is actually coming from the government. So therefore, I am not saying that the government is not doing anything, but just as say, let the job go to the person that is most qualified. So people, this is my disclaimer, and the moral of the story is this. This is as if you was working at a job environment and you qualify for a specific job title, and then you see somebody come in and you hear say, the position gone. And when you check, that person have 0 degree, that person have 0 experience, that person have 0 qualification. However, he got the job because he was sucking our FUCKING, the boss or the boss daughter. So that is what you call nepotism. That is what you call cronyism. That is what you call rubbing heads and rubbing shoulders, give you the opportunity that should not be granted to you based on your qualification. People may just say, if me I say something wrong, let me know in the comment section. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.